Hey friends, it's Hope, and today I am here to do my February wrap-up. Now, this was a super short month and I had a lot that I wanted to read, but I did get a lot of books read. I actually read 9 books this month, so yay! I'm super excited about that because I literally thought I was only probably going to read 4, but 9 books this month, and I did complete my TBR challenge, so 2 thumbs up for that. But yeah, let's just get started with what books I read this month and what I rated them. So the first couple of books that I read this month was on my Kindle, and that was for the e-readathon that I hosted with my friend Mandy from Oh It's Mandy. And the first book that I read for that was Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. This was a phenomenal book. I rated it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I will leave the discussion that I did down below if you guys want to check that out. I wish I could say the same thing about the next book I read for the e-readathon, and that was One to Hold by Tia Louise. I thought it was pretty awful. I rated it a 1 out of 5 stars, and I don't know if I'll pick up any of her other books. We'll just have to see. The next book I also read on my Kindle, and that was The Girl You Left Behind by Jojo Moyes. I rated this book a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite Jojo Moyes book, and I think it was mostly because the beginning of the book and the end of the book had 2 different timelines, and I really didn't like how they matched up, and I felt like the characters were like just butting heads throughout the whole book. I felt like that they were just doing that a little bit too much for me to completely enjoy this novel, but it was still a pretty solid 3 stars. And then I decided to go ahead and pick up Losing Hope by Colleen Hoover. After reading Hopeless, my heart was like completely destroyed and torn up, and there were so many emotions just running through me that I literally was having anxiety just thinking about reading the story all over again from Holder's point of view. But with a little persuasion from some of my friends on BookTube, especially from Chic Nerd Reads, I will go ahead and link her channel down below, and my friend Mary from back home. I picked up this book. I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving this one a 4 out of 5 stars, and like I said, this is the same story as Hopeless, but it's told in Holder's point of view instead of Sky's. So you get to see a lot of things that you're wondering what in the world was going through Holder's mind when he was saying this or doing this. So yes, this was a great read. The next book that I picked up was very bittersweet, and that was Opposition by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the last book in the Lux series, and I completely adored it. I'm just in love with these characters. I'm in love with Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing. It is so beautiful, and I can't believe it's over, but I did rate this book a 5 out of 5 stars. So then after I finished that book, I wanted to check out more of JLA's writing, and I knew that she did some new adult books, and I've been kind of getting into those recently. So she writes under the name of Jaylyn, and so I picked up Wait For You by Jaylyn, also known as Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book, you know, it was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite, and I did do a review over this, and I'll link that down below. There was just way too much physical attraction for me in this book and not a lot of depth, so I rated this book a 3 out of 5 stars. And the last book that I read, I actually just finished like 30 minutes ago, and it is The Walled City by Ryan Groden. This is a standalone dystopian novel, and this book actually takes place in a place that used to be real. Like, there used to be a walled city, and that's just absolutely crazy, especially reading about it now. What intrigued me about this book is, 1, that it was a dystopian, 2, that it was a standalone. I've never read a dystopian standalone. And 3, these 3 sentences on the cover: run fast, trust no one, always carry your knife. I mean, intense. This book is actually told from 3 different points of view, and I felt like it was done beautifully, but it's told from Dai. He is counting down the days until he has to get out of the walled city, and he has a secret that he is keeping, and we're trying to figure out why he needs to get out by the new year. Then we have Jin, and Jin's sister Mei Li was taken a while back to be sold into a brothel, and so Jin has completely transformed herself to look like a boy, so she does not get taken as well, and her main mission is to find Mei Li and to save her. And then of course we have Mei Li, the sister that was taken to be sold into a brothel. She is trying to navigate her way of trying to figure out if it's possible for her to get out or not, and when she sees a familiar face in the window, she starts collaborating with some unlikely friends to try to get out of the brothel. I ended up rating this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It was really fun, and if you guys like dystopian books but you don't want to read like a trilogy, I definitely suggest picking this book up. So I actually just realized that I read 10 books this month because I totally forgot that I picked up another Jennifer L. Armentrout book, and that is White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I ended up rating this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It is another one of her paranormal romance type books. It was a great good versus evil type book, and it is a trilogy, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the next one. But I will go ahead and link my non-spoiler book review of that book down below. There were a couple of books that I did start this month that I didn't have an opportunity to finish, and so you'll see some of those in my March TBR. But for now, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for my February wrap up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm sure I will see you soon. Bye.